we start this video, I would like to talk about the radio station I work for, BHBN Radio. If you are one of those who regularly watch content on this channel, you will know that since the start of the 2024-25 season, I've been working as a reporter and commentator, voluntary, for BHBN Radio, putting my spare time aside to bring great content to the listeners of BHBN Radio. BHBN Radio is a hospital radio station who operates out of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital and broadcasts to the wards across the QE, as well as Birmingham Women's, Heartlands, Solihull, Royal Orthopaedic, Good Hope, Sutton Coldfield and Midland Metropolitan University hospitals, as well as care homes in and around the city of Birmingham. Well, BHBN is under threat. The station is losing its principal source of funding next month and have until next February to find an alternative source of funds that will ensure the future of the station. Hospital radio is 100 years old this year, and BHBN has been on the air since 1952. Research carried out in 2016 showed that hospital radio benefits the mental health of those who live alone, and there are more people than ever before living alone. Some of BHBN Radio's most famous presenters have been Alan Dedicoats, who you will know as the voiceover for both the National Lottery and Strictly, and also Phil Upton, who is a big name now in local radio. I urge you to please go to bhbn.net, the BHBN Radio website, and navigate to the GoFundMe page that the station has set up and donate what you can. Details are also going to be in the description to this video. Please, please, please help BHBN secure its future. Thank you. What is happening, guys? Jonathan here, aka CrazyShadow 303, here with another match experience. And as the bell rings out over St. Peter's Church, I am here back in Wolverhampton for the 2 PM Premier League kickoff between Wolves and Albion. No, not that Albion. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Brighton and Hove Albion. In case you hadn't noticed, I've had a haircut. Or was it stress of losing 3-0 to Millwall yesterday? You know, less said about that game the better, to be honest. But yeah, I'm here for Wolves versus Brighton, and yeah, looking forward to another Premier League game. Covering this for BHBN Radio. As always, I'm going to be with my sports team colleague Ed McKay for this one, and yeah, it's going to be a busy day for the sports team anyway, because this isn't the only game we're covering. Ben Ellis and Alan Fox, two of our other BHBN Radio colleagues, will be at Villa Park today for Aston Villa versus Burnley. They're the live commentary game, but we'll just be nipping into the show, into Kim Smith in the studio with updates when they happen here at Molineux. But you know, so it's going to be a busy day for the sports team today. It's like a Super Sunday for us. But yeah, I mean, Wolverhampton Wanderers still bottom, but got their first point of the season at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 1-1 draw game, really, when, if you look at it, you know, they really should have won, to be honest, given the context of the game. But Tottenham, this is turning into the season of late winners or late equalisers, because Tottenham left it very late to grab a point. So yeah, it's at least Wolves got their first point, and yeah, I mean, Vita Pereira will be looking at the positives for that going into this game today, and hoping to collect their first win of the season. Still bottom, of course, Wolverhampton Wanderers, so yeah, he'll definitely be hoping for a win today. But yeah, so I'm here in Wolverhampton on commentary duty for BHBN Radio, because we've still got to do a commentary for BHBN Sport the Monday after, which we'll be recording straight after the game, to be honest. So yeah, still got to do some highlights for that. So yeah, tune in to the BHBN Radio YouTube channel, and yeah, from tomorrow we'll have the next episode of BHBN Sport the Monday after. So yeah, but for now, Super Sunday, let's go, and I'll see you at Molineux. Okay guys, here at Molineux, about half an hour until kick-off, and a few facts and figures and the starting lineup for you guys. Basically, Wolves have won just 2 of their last 14 Premier League games against Brighton, drawn 6 and lost 6, and are winless in their last 7. They've only drawn 2 and lost 5 of the last 7 since a 1-0 win in December 2021, so a little bit earlier than what I suspected. I said 2017 in the intro. So yeah, under then manager Bruno Lage. Brighton have won each of their last 4 visits here to Molineux. The only teams that Brighton and Hove Albion have ever won 5 or more consecutive away games against are Grimsby Town, where they won 5 away games from 1985 to 1992. And right here at Wolves as well, 6 in a row between 1979 and 1991. So history could repeat itself here today, to be honest, if Brighton get their way. Wolves have lost their first 3 home Premier League games this season. They could be the first team in Premier League history to lose their first 4 home games in consecutive seasons, because they lost the first 4 home games last season in 24-25. They could be the first team to do it twice in a row in Premier League history. And only against West Ham United have Brighton and Hove Albion scored more Premier League goals than they have against Wolves. They've scored 31 goals against West Ham. They've scored 27 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And with that, they've averaged 1.9 goals per game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Of course, you know, they beat Chelsea by 3 goals to 1 at Stamford Bridge last time out. And Wolves, of course, got the points in London as well against Tottenham. So the head-to-heads don't look good for Wolverhampton Wanderers. They've only won 6 in their history against Brighton. Brighton have won 17. So the history is very much with Brighton and Hove Albion, but with Wolves getting their points, you never know. So with the team lineups, Sam Johnston in goal, Jackson Chatua comes into the starting lineup, Santiago Bueno, Ladislav Krejci, Hugo Bueno in defence, the midfielder Marshall Monetsi, Andre and captain Joe Gomez, with John Arias and Hwang on the wings, and the lone striker of Jørgen Strand Larsen. It looks like a 4-3-3, but Arias and Hwang will be feeding in Strand Larsen, hopefully for the goals. For Brighton today, Bart Verbruggen, Mats Wiefer, Jean-Paul Van Heck, captain Lewis Dunk, Ferdi Kadigulu, then there's Yassin Ayari, Carlos Baliba, Yankuba Minta, Brijan Gruda, Diego Gomez, and of course Danny Welbeck. On the subs bench today for Wolves, Jose Sarr, David Muller-Wolf, Emmanuel Agbadou, Yerson Mosquera, Kai Yana, however, Rodrigo Gomez, Jean-Luc Nabellegard, Fer Lopez and Tolu Akorodare. And then for Brighton on the bench, Jason Steele, the goalkeeper, Oliver Boscagli, Maxim De Cupra, Diego Coppola, Georgino Rota, Tom Watson, Charala Lampros Costulas, James Milner, and their number 9, Stefanos Tsitsipas. So, hoping for a very good game of Premier League football today. And yeah, it'll all kick off in a little under half an hour. Fixture list for today, as it's Wolverhampton Wanderers against Brighton and Hove Albion. Wolves hoping to better their score against Tottenham, where they picked up their first points, as Wolves is already conceding a free kick. Carlos Baliba, the Brighton man who is upended, as Brighton get the game quickly back underway. John Arias trying to get the ball and does so. Arias to Andre. Andre tries to find Strand Larsen. Strand Larsen manages to get it back to Arias. Now back to Santiago Bueno, the goal scorer of the game against Tottenham, as Kriech forward to Gomez. Good football already by Wolverhampton Wanderers, as the ball is out for a Wolves throw. And I'm here with Ed McKay. Ed?
Afternoon all, how are we?
What do you think of early thoughts for today's game?
Well, you can see like Wolves seem to be pretty confident in playing out from the back. They've just seen them passing it around amongst the back four and getting themselves out of trouble. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a physical encounter, because there's already been a few coming togethers in the opening minute or two.
Yeah, absolutely. As Kriech has the ball now, out to Santiago Bueno, onto Chatua, who's in for the injured Matt Doherty. As the ball,
he's played it out there. So a Brighton throw.
Yeah, Manetzi kicks it out. Brighton throw on the halfway line, and it's out for a Wolves throw, as Kadaglu kick that out. It's actually an Albion throw. And I've got to get used to referring to Brighton as Albion instead of the usual team I refer to as Albion. As Brighton and Hove Albion give that away. And now Kriech to Hugo Bueno. Bueno is dispossessed by Brajan Gruda. Gruda trying to keep the ball but loses out to Joe Gomez. Back to Andre. Now back to Gomez inside the centre circle. Has to go back into his own half to keep the ball. Back to Kriech. Brighton tried to intercept that, but Joe Gomez manages to hold it. Diagonal ball towards Arias. Arias just couldn't quite get there, but some good play, Ed.
Nice idea. They shifted the play to one side of the pitch. Quick switch. If he'd managed to keep it in, he would have been in a really good attacking space there. So yeah, really, really good play from Wolves there.
Now to Joe Gomez. Manetzi tried to flick it on to Strand Larsen, but Strand Larsen loses it. Now here come Brighton on the attack. Danny Welbeck tried to... Johnston spills it, but his defence manages to get the ball back after Welbeck tried to lay in Diego Gomez. Johnston come bombing out of his goal area, and he just spilled it as Joe Gomez now gets dispossessed, and the ball is with Belieber back to Ayari.
I don't know what Gomez was appealing for there, because he just gave the ball away.
Yeah.
He was appealing to the ref as if he'd been fouled in somewhere else. A good ball over the top.
Johnston collects it.
They're active defending again.
Yeah. The ball with Huang. Now on to Bueno. Hugo Bueno, that is. Tries the cross. Manages to get to Joe Gomez. Gomez is running away from the goal. Looking for options. Has to go back to Santiago Bueno. Now Kriech. Kriech to Santiago Bueno on the halfway line. Back to Huang. There's a Brighton player on the floor, but he's quickly back up. That's definitely a foul. And a yellow card for Carlos Belieber. Yellow card for Carlos Belieber, and you've got to say, that was a definite yellow.
Yeah, completely deserved. He was late, he was high. Didn't play the ball. Oh my word!
It's a red!
He's sent off!
Is that a red card for Vita Pereira? Yeah. It's a red card for Vita Pereira. We're not sure what has happened, but Vita Pereira clearly unhappy that that was a yellow.
I think it stemmed from the original frustration. There was a foul just before in the previous phase of play in the middle of the park, and it was really soft, but they did hold the Wolves man up. The Wolves crowd and manager felt that should have been a yellow card, and Brighton broke him, and I think this time he's had a few words to say.
Yeah.
Before the visit of the referee.
Because we're seeing the foul now. Welbeck on. Yeah. It was Belieber.
I see, it's Belieber, and he's saying that's his second one.
Yeah. So, of course, Jared Gillett not happy with Vita Pereira and has sent Vita Pereira straight off as Wolves get the ball back. Oh! What a goal!
Absolutely rifled by Venezzi.
I think it was Venezzi. Yeah. Venezzi with the goal to add to his goal against Everton in the cup. And out of nothing from Vita Pereira getting sent off to Wolves going 1-0 up. What a goal! Just seen the replay. Header out by Brighton. And it actually cannons off the Bruggen, off the bar and in. Off the bar, off the Bruggen, goes in. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Back to Menezzi. But loses out, so now Brighton over the halfway line. Now on to Minter. Minter surrounded by Wolves players, but he manages to get it to Van Heck. Now Van Heck gets the ball. Oh, deflected off Kriech from a shot by Gruder, and it's out for a corner as Brighton tried to make an instant response here. Cannons
well,
off.
The players have surrounded the ref.
Yeah.
Lewis sending them all away. I don't know what they're appealing for. Really.
I think they might be thinking it was a handball, but Bueno's arms were well inside his own body,
and
so
it came off his backside.
Yeah.
Apart from everything else, he ran.
Yeah. So Brighton with this corner. Crossed into the centre. Wolves header out. Wolves try to get it with Gomez. But now Marshall Menezzi on the break here. Forward to Strand Larsen to Frank. Frank couldn't control it. Has to go back. Brighton set themselves again. Wolves. Oh, it's skimmed it up in the air. Headed back by Wolverhampton Wanderers, but Brighton clear. The momentum is all with Wolverhampton Wanderers at the moment, isn't it, Ed?
Absolutely, yeah, they're really on top. The thing is, now's the time to capitalise on that. You know, you need to make another one of these opportunities actually count.
Absolutely. That's all. Oh no! Oh! Johnston has been caught. That was almost calamitous from the Wolves back line. A pass back from, I think, Chatua.
Really short though.
Yeah.
So, and then the keeper's sort of stuttering to whether he can come for it or not, isn't he, as well? You know,
yeah.
You've got to put your laces through that.
Chatua sold Johnston short. Johnston had to come forward, and it was Gruder.
Yeah. He's got every right to go for that ball there.
Oh yeah.
And actually does when the ball just falls through. And his studs do connect with the keeper's knee.
Yeah, the back of the knee with Johnston and Gruder.
Referee being a bit pedantic there.
Yeah.
Take it back 3 yards.
Yeah.
Mind you, it did happen.
Yeah.
It's a quick throw. Taken to Gomez. Gomez runs with the ball towards the box, then cuts back to give it to Andre. Andre still has the ball, plays it out onto the right wing. Arias just loses the read of the ball there, and now it looks like Memento is going to run the length with the Wolves half on his own now. Welbeck's called up to do it. He's jinked past two of them, but just lost control of the ball, and it's cleared by PH. But Memento does look like a handful, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He was just trying to settle things down a little bit. He was just sliding around, weren't they?
Yeah.
A long ball up down the left wing to Huang, who does get possession of the ball and tries to play a ball into the box. And I think that's another booking.
Yeah. So Huang just tried to get on.
Kind of body checked.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going to shoulder barge him, but I think he does get in front of the man. And he did have a run on him, Huang, actually.
Yeah, good touch from Huang to get the ball past Weaver, but
he has been body checked. Weaver has stopped him progressing into the box, and that's a yellow card. Brighton are building up the yellow cards now, because I think that Believer, Weaver, Dunk have all been booked. You have to be careful in the second half.
Absolutely.
It looks like Arias standing over the kicks. He's going to swing it in with his right boot into the Brighton box.
Dangerous corner for Brighton, dangerous free kick rather, for Brighton's perspective.
Bad time to concede.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Wolves players in the 6-yard box, in fact, so I think they're definitely going to put it on the keeper. And he has done. Oh, he actually went for goal. But it's well saved by the keeper. I mean, he's gone to the near post.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can catch people off guard though from that angle. It was on. But Lewis Dunk picks up possession and runs up towards the halfway line. He's looking for some support and he offloads the ball to Ayari. He plays it back to Van Heck. It's in field. Now comes out to the right wing. Wefer.
I think Arias was trying to catch Verbruggen off guard there at his near post. But it was a great free kick.
In there.
Verbruggen just equal to it.
Huang now breaks and just gets eased up the ball. I think that one was a bit soft actually, but he has actually been carded. The reason for it is Wolves are quickly breaking every time Brighton turns possession over, and so because the Wolves players are running away from the Brighton players, if they come together and they go down, it's a bookable offence because they're stopping them from progressing on goal.
Yeah, Welbeck foul on Huang, as soft as it probably was. There's an incentive here now from Javid Gillett.
That's the problem. They're allowing them to run away from them.
Yeah,
and then they're having to do something to stop them.
Yeah, there's definitely an incentive.
There's not a lot of contact. It looks like a booking, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So the card count continues to rack up as we approach half time.
Ball launched up into the Brighton box, well cleared this time by Believer, but headed back by Chichua. There goes the half-time whistle here at the Molineux. It is Wolverhampton 1-1. Brighton Hove Albion here.
Yeah, some really good play there by Wolves, culminating in the Menetzi attempt on goal. It's been down as a Verbruggen own goal because it hit the bar and bounced in off him. So yeah, but the big talking point as well is the frustrations of both the Brighton players and the Wolves dugout with Vitor Pereira being sent off just moments before that goal.
Well, I think the misunderstanding from the Wolves management side is why they were getting away with so many technical fouls without being reprimanded. And then when he did reprimand him, that's when Vitor Pereira absolutely went apoplectic and got himself sent off.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they scored from the subsequent free kick, so he kept the score for 30 seconds longer to been celebrating.
Yeah, so half-time at Molineux. So far so good for the bottom club in the Premier League. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Second half coming up next.
So we get underway with the second half, half-time change. Carlos Baliba comes off and Georgino Rutter comes on. Nedstrand Larsen gets the ball after a nice interception from Wolves, and Hwang's on a charge here. Crossed in, aiming for Menetzi, but Van Heck.
He's played the ball too early there. He didn't have the beating of his man first.
Yeah, so Van Heck intercepted the ball, and now it's with Sam Johnston.
Looks like Lewis Dunk fancies blasting one at the Wolves goal, doesn't it?
As the whistle now goes, it's Lewis Dunk. Takes a shot well over the bar.
High, wide and handsome.
And that is why he's a defender.
I always wonder when, even if although it's a captain or somebody like that, when they step up, you do think, there's a reason you play at the back.
Yeah. Yeah, so
what makes you think you become a cultured winger?
Yeah, so Lewis Dunk, the captain, just blasts it over. That was a chance for Brighton and Hove Albion to make this game 1-1, and maybe with a more accurate shot, it could have been 1-1. Abias does square it to Hwang. Hwang urged to shoot. Abias straight over the bar, smacks the ground in frustration. And that was a chance for Wolves to make it 2-0.
He was always falling away.
Always.
He just didn't have his body shape right. And I don't know why he wasn't expecting it, because there was only one thing that was going to happen there. And that's that when I was going to put it across the box.
Yeah,
put it back brilliantly. I've just seen it again there. He didn't get his stride right, so his body shape's right. He's falling away. Placed over the bar. It was a great chance to make it 2-0.
Yeah, Brighton now with Gruder. Gruder tries to get the ball in, but he's blocked. Has to go all the way back to Kediglu. Now onto Kediglu. Back again to Wiffer. Just holding the ball up is Brighton. Out to Georgino Rutter. Rutter crosses in, but it's over everyone and out for a Wolves goal kick, which they will see those all day, shots like that.
Rutter does seem to offer a little bit, a slightly different dimension than Believer gives you, because obviously he's more of an enforcer.
Yeah.
Rutter definitely seems to want to bring the play further up the field, doesn't he? Put the ball in the box. A funny number 9.
Yeah.
He really does drift in and out of games. I know he's got a goal in him.
Yeah.
I do think he needs to do a little bit more to show his presence.
Absolutely. As Kediglu to Minter on this near side. Minter crossed in.
Oh, what a save by Sam Johnston. Minter with a dangerous cross. Not sure who got the final touch before Johnston's save, but that was a world-class save by Sam Johnston. Yeah, it was always going to head in.
It is Rutter, isn't it?
And it is the substitute, Georgino Rutter. Yeah, Georgino Rutter with the shot. And Sam Johnston, great save there.
Really big hand. looking like he had a desire, that Sam Johnson gathers it up and throws it up to Strand Larsen on the halfway line, who for once does control the ball. He lays it back to the midfield. It's Andre taken over. Gomez plays it out onto the left wing. And Strand Larsen now runs the ball up the left wing, cuts inside, tries to get into the box, and he doesn't go. He has time to shoot. He hits the post, and it bounces back and is cleared by the Brighton defenders. And now Brighton on the break to play it out to keeper outside of the boot to Minte on the left wing. Oh, a shot by the Brighton striker. It's blocked and ends up back at the halfway line. Wolves assistant manager jumping up and down. Wolves players have got themselves in a mess. It was really a goal, but Peach dove in and hit the ball out. Seems like there's some more substitutions.
Yeah.
Great chance there by Strand Larsen. Went through the Brighton defence, but he hit the post. Verbruggen was beaten. Unlucky there from the Wolves number 9, who's now being substituted.
Best thing he's done is that. Now he's been taken up.
Yeah. So Hugo Bueno comes off, David Muller-Wolf comes on, and then Bellegarde comes on for Strand Larsen, and a couple of subs for Brighton.
Interesting to see how this shapes up.
Yeah.
Wolves do need to drag themselves up the pitch a little bit, don't they?
Yeah.
They have just had their second substitute.
And someone you know very well has just come on, James Milner, the former Liverpool player.
Well, guarantee you'll see a cruncher in the next 60 seconds then. But again, not quite as desired as that, but a Wolves player has managed to get hold of the ball.
Yeah, it was Manetzi actually. And again,
claiming a foul, but it hasn't been given once again. And Brighton run away with the ball. It's Rutter charging through the middle of the park. Great defending there.
There you go, James Milner.
James Milner.
You called it.
I predicted it. He likes to put a heavy one in when he comes on the pitch.
James Milner with an absolute cruncher.
Tell you what, the referee is scared to make a decision.
Yeah.
It's funny because he got card happy for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Ball's whipped into the box by the Brighton attackers and Kadioglu.
Yeah, Kadioglu.
Back heels it to Van Heck, who launched it into the box. It's headed away by two Wolves defenders, but only as far as Lewis Dunk, you guessed it, who's standing 15 yards in his own half. That was actually, there was a coming together there. There was nothing malicious about it. Brighton just moved his head up into the Wolves player.
Yeah, it was Manetzi,
wasn't it?
Well,
I don't know. He sort of runs into it. It wasn't.
yeah, Manetzi onto Ayari.
Minte shoots, puts it wide out over the bar. If he had scored that, it would be an absolute screamer, but
Yeah.
it never really looked like going in. But volleyed it from the edge of the box.
Yeah, but
It
as
probably
you
would have gone in.
as you said, James Milner, the former Liverpool player, an absolute puncher tackle. You know, Ed absolutely called it.
Oh, don't worry, I know James Milner's many years as the vice captain of Liverpool. Oh, but it's put back in and headed into the back of the net, and it is Van Heck. He's put the ball in the back of the net, a looping cross. He's a bullet header. I've just said Van Heck's desperate to get in the thick of the action, and he's heading the ball in. It's Wolves 1, Brighton 1.
Yeah, and for all of Wolverhampton Wanderers' defence, you felt that a 1-0 lead was going to be touchy, and with 5 minutes of the 90 to go, Van Heck from a corner, well worked by Brighton, heads it in, past Sam Johnston. Wolves 1, Brighton 1.
Milner's standing over the ball. And he's going to launch this one into the Wolverhampton Wanderers box, and he has done. It's been won by Van Heck and hooked away into the Brighton net. And there goes the final whistle, and it is Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton 1. I have to say, quite a lot of drama, not a lot of quality. Is my verdict. I mean, there were spells where both teams played well, or both teams looked like they wanted to make something happen.
Yeah.
But overall, they just didn't have any quality in their overall gameplay in the team.
Yeah, of course. So, at full time, it is Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Wolves were the better of the two teams in the first half, really, with a goal from Matchday, but not before a Vita Pereira red card for protesting a decision that went against Wolves. Literally, it was a case of, you know, Wolves were trying to defend this 1-0 lead, and of course, it's not the first time it's happened here at Molineux, but try to defend the 1-0 lead, and it comes to bite you in the backside, because Brighton in the second half came out the brighter, and it was on the 40th, well, for 5 minutes from time, Van Heck from a corner headed in past Sam Johnston, and you got to say, it's another draw, it's another point, but can Wolves actually win here at Molineux? Full time here at Molineux, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
So full time here at Molineux, and it's another late equaliser conceded by Wolverhampton Wanderers. It finished just like it did at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. The first half started so well for Wolves, and they got their rewards with Marshall Matchday. Whether it's his goal to claim after he cannoned it off the crossbar and it went into Verbruggen, the goalkeeper, and into the net, remains to be seen, but they are putting it down as an own goal from the Brighton goalkeeper. But then after that, they seemed to just try and defend the 1-0 lead. It was really frustrating for the crowd. You know, they had chances to make it 2-0. They squandered all of them. You know, Agbadou had acres of space to try and take a shot, and instead he ran into a wall of Brighton defenders. And, you know, from my point of view, it looked like he ran towards the defenders instead of away from them. So it was a really strange one. Strand Larsen not really had anything of note apart from hitting the post midway through the second half, and then straight after hitting the post, probably the best move he had done all game, he got subbed off. So that was really weird. But speaking of Wolves' management, Vita Pereira in the first half got sent off. Straight red from the referee Jared Gillett, who for about 15 minutes was card happy. You know, yellow cards flying everywhere, and then when there was a few tackles in the second half that warranted yellow cards, he just didn't dish out the yellow cards. So a little bit of inconsistency with the referee Jared Gillett there. But Vita Pereira misses the next match, which I believe is the away game to Sunderland after the international break. So yeah, in the end, the points are shared again. It doesn't help Wolves at all. You know, 2 points from 7 games. Really not good enough, is it, for Wolverhampton Wanderers? So yeah, full time here at Molineux. It is Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, and that's all there really is to it. On to the international break, the second international break, and let's see what happens in the Premier League and the Championship afterwards, after the international break, as someone's deciding to roll a suitcase along the floor behind me. But yeah, if you like this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to CrazyShadow Talks Football if you haven't already done so. don't forget to hit that bell icon and join the Shadow Squad and get notified on all new content on the channel. And be sure to subscribe to the BHBN Radio YouTube channel, where highlights of my commentary with Ed McKay will be up in the next few days, as well as all the commentary from the rest of the sports team that we do. And the Monday after, we've just recorded it live from Villa Park and Molineux. We've just recorded it for tomorrow, but be sure to tune in for BHBN Sport the Monday after, the next episode tomorrow from Villa Park and from Molineux. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to go to bhbn.net, navigate to the GoFundMe page, and try and donate to BHBN Radio, because now that the funding's been cut, we need to find our own source of funding, and the GoFundMe page helps a lot. So please give what you can to keep BHBN Radio alive, because I absolutely love days like this. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and bye for now.